the big day, election day. Are you having fun yet? Out taking a walk down the street between two graveyards. It's funny that should be happening during this election, huh? Just enjoying a bit of the sun and a stroll home after dropping off an automobile that needs to be inspected. Again, so hard to find honest people nowadays to get things done. Almost every time I gotta get it inspected after taking it to 2 or 3 places. It's kind of sad. Yet again, I think we're in a place known as Kali Yuga in Hindu tradition and the yogic tradition. Those who really practice yoga deeply, not just hatha yoga, holding positions, but this philosophy and the chanting and things like that. Kali Yuga is the time near the end of everything and time right before a new beginning of a golden age. But during Kali Yuga, what happens is that all of the things that were good, like virtue, honesty, justice, all of these things diminish to the point where only about 1/4 of the people on the earth have them and use them, because it is very hard during the time of Kali Yuga for any honest, decent, and upright person to make it. When you hear this at first, it might seem like a superstition or something, but when we look around today, we can see how this can possibly be totally true. Because it's almost as though one has to be a liar or a thief in order to succeed in a world that seems to be run by liars, thieves, and criminals. But we all try to make it, don't we? We try to create a better world for ourselves and our children and our children's children. We work hard. Sometimes, as a result of what's going on, though, we get angry, righteously angry. And the reason we get angry is because of all the pain and sorrow we see that's not necessary, and the injustice that we see all around us. It's not healthy to hold on to this anger or to just have all these outbursts and go crazy. So we have to find ways to deal with our anger. And the best way to do that is to recognize that it exists, and in a quiet place to sit, to breathe, to meditate, and accept that anger and feel the full weight of that anger. Then we'll be able to let it go. Because you see, the anger is just to give us a message. And that message is one of the desire to preserve the universe, the world, as we think it is. But as many of you know by now, this world is not what we think it is. And so the anger is sort of like a grieving process. Thing is, though, once you go through the grieving process, you move beyond anger. The final phase is acceptance. And there's peace from acceptance. Not because anything changed on the outside, but because something has changed on the inside. And what has changed is that we have expanded ourselves and our knowledge of the universe, and we realize who we are and what we are. And we realize, you see, that all of these things that we think have been lost are still there, and they are encompassed in our hearts and in our souls, and we can draw on these things whenever we like. We realize that we are part of the immovable, part of the mover, part of the divinity that helped create this world, and that we have all of the power of it. We look at ourselves. We see that we are just part of this, yes, but also passing through, like waves rising up on the ocean. We are distinct, but we are still part of that ocean. And as we learn to accept that anger and deal with those feelings and expand, we are learning, like the ocean wave, to go down back into the depths of the ocean that is limitless, infinite, and then rise up again as a new wave. And this is something that we can do at will when we realize who and what we really are, and who and what Kali Yuga really is. Because Kali Yuga, you see, is not a curse. No. It is a blessing. It is the ultimate freedom. Because when one is free, one receives the consequences for whatever one does. No one else does it. You can't scapegoat other people. You can't hide from it. No. You receive the consequences quickly and with as much force as you have been putting them out, and maybe even receiving the ones that you ducked in the past. And that's where we are right now, in the fire of Kali Yuga. So it's time for us to come to terms with our collective karma, the collective behavior that we as a people, as a human species, and as the nation in the United States have been putting forth for more than 200 years. What better time than on November 5th, when we are voting to either put an oligarchy in, a small group of rich people running everything as we have now, or to put in an autocrat, which is one people, one person leading this small group of oligarchs and ruling over them. And that is our choices today. We have a third party, yes, but we are so frightened that we won't vote for that. And this is too, it's part of the Kali Yuga, you see, because you can't really blame anyone. But if we all followed our hearts, if we cared about the world and other people as much, and we followed our own conscience and we could feel what was necessary, we would vote for a third party. But our makeup in the United States, the very makeup that we have, does not allow us to make that choice. We think that we are free, but we aren't. We are bound. And people who know that the best thing to do is to vote for someone who is aligned with one's desires and one's heart, they know it, but they can't do it. Trapped by the fear that they'll be the only one who does it, and someone worse will get in. This is karma and Kali Yuga. And as you can see, karma is not bad. Kali Yuga is not bad. It's just us acting on what we think of as our free will. And it's possible for us at any time to change direction. But I'm afraid one day this won't be a possibility. And we will be engaged in what is described as the burning bush, where the fire is burning but the bush is not consumed. What will happen in this case is everything will be burned and scorched, destroyed, and all that will be left is love. And that love is what you and I are underneath all of the crap, unless we with our free will choose not to be. If I were you, I would choose love. And so as we remember Kali, let us do a little chant to Kali. It just goes like this. Shri Ma, Shri Ma, Kali Ma, Adi Ma, Kali Ma. Sing with me. Shri Ma, Kali Ma, Adi Ma, Kali Ma. 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 Shri. Hit the bell, subscribe, leave some comments to help us be seen by more people, and share the video, and visit us at our website. You can find the information down below. Namaste, folks.